Okay, so let's get right into it.
Sure.
Today we're talking about headaches.
Yes, we are.
And, we've all been there.
Hmm.
That horrible feeling, right? A
Absolutely.
tiny drummer just going at it in your skull.
Yeah.
But
It can be brutal.
it can be brutal. Yeah, and the thing is,
Where's that?
the culprit might not be, what we always hear, right? Like stress or lack of sleep,
Right. Yeah.
but something kind of lurking right there under your nose.
Interesting.
Literally under your nose.
Okay.
And so that's what we're going to deep dive into today.
Sounds good.
These kind of sneaky environmental triggers.
Okay.
The ones that you probably don't even think about?
The hidden ones.
The hidden ones, right? That could actually be the source of your headaches getting worse.
I like it.
Yeah, so we're talking VOCs,
Mm-hmm.
mold even noise.
Okay.
So we're going on a hunt
Right.
to find out what's really going on in your life.
Okay, let's do it. It's amazing, how often we just don't even think about the impact of our surroundings.
Right.
And we think about diet, we think about stress levels, and all that good stuff.
All the usual suspects.
Yeah, but we don't think about the environment itself.
Right.
And that can play a huge role, especially for people who are
Yeah.
prone to headaches.
So let's start with the obvious.
Okay.
The place where we spend the vast majority of our time,
Makes sense.
our homes.
Mm-hmm.
You'd think that would be kind of a safe haven from headaches.
Right.
Right.
You would think, but
Not necessarily.
not necessarily. No.
Turns out a lot of these everyday products that we use,
Yeah.
cleaning products and stuff like that,
Right.
they're releasing these things called VOCs,
Mm-hmm.
volatile organic compounds.
Right.
So tell us a little bit more about those.
Yeah. So imagine like these tiny little chemical ninjas
Okay.
that are evaporating from these household products
Uh-huh.
and infiltrating your system. And you find them in everything.
Really?
Everything, cleaning supplies,
Wow.
air fresheners, paint,
Oh, wow.
new furniture.
Oh, okay.
And the thing is,
Yeah.
they don't just smell. They can actually irritate your airways, irritate your eyes,
Oh, wow.
and trigger headaches
Yeah.
through this really complex dance of nerve stimulation and inflammation.
So wait a minute.
Yeah.
So that new car smell,
Right.
or, when you're using some of these really strong cleaning products,
Exactly.
we're not just talking about a bad smell.
Nope.
We're talking about something that's actually messing with our nervous system.
You got it.
Okay.
And it's not even just the super strong smells either.
Really?
Even low levels of VOCs
Okay.
can accumulate over time,
And that's probably made worse by,
especially
our, well-sealed homes and stuff like that.
exactly, especially in poorly ventilated spaces.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you think about it, we do a really good job of sealing up our homes,
Sure, for energy efficiency.
right, for energy efficiency, but then
You're trapping those chemicals inside.
you're trapping all those chemicals inside.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So I know that some people, are really sensitive to smells and stuff.
Yeah.
But are we saying that anybody can be affected by this?
Well, sensitivities vary,
Sure.
for sure, but the research is showing that even low-level exposure can contribute to headaches.
Okay.
Especially tension headaches in a pretty significant portion of the population.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a slow burn.
Uh-huh.
You might not notice it immediately,
Right.
but over time, those VOCs,
Mhm.
they can really add fuel to the fire.
So I'm already starting to feel a little bit freaked out here.
Okay.
What can we actually do about this?
Yeah.
I mean, I can't just stop cleaning my house or, buy all new furniture.
No, don't panic.
Okay.
There's some simple things that can make a big difference.
Okay.
First, ventilation is key.
Okay.
Open those windows.
Yeah.
Use exhaust fans,
Okay.
especially when you're using products that have strong odors.
Right.
And remember, natural doesn't always mean VOC free.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So check those labels carefully.
So are you saying I should be tossing out all my cleaning products and just heading straight for that all-natural aisle at the store?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Switching to low VOC or VOC-free alternatives is a great step,
Okay.
but you don't have to go overboard.
Okay.
Start by swapping out the products that you use the most frequently,
Okay.
like all-purpose cleaners or air fresheners.
Okay.
And here's a little insider tip.
Right.
Look for products that have the green seal or the EPA Safer Choice label.
Okay.
They go through a ton of testing for VOCs and other harmful chemicals.
That's good to know.
Yeah,
I'm definitely going to start looking for those.
good.
Okay, so I have another question, and it might sound a little bit gross, but
Sure.
what about mold?
Mold.
I know it's bad for allergies and things like that, but
Yes.
can it actually trigger headaches?
Mold is a headache culprit, for sure.
Yeah.
And it's often overlooked. And The thing is, mold thrives in these damp environments. And you know those tiny spores
Yeah.
that they release? They can trigger allergic reactions and inflammation,
Right.
especially in your sinuses.
Oh.
And all that pressure and inflammation can lead to headaches,
Right.
often those pounding sinus headaches.
Oh, so basically we've got tiny little ninjas and tiny little spores all waging war inside our heads.
Yeah, you can say that.
Okay.
But the good news is
What's that?
we can fight back.
Okay, good.
The key here is moisture control.
Okay.
So fix any leaks promptly,
Mm-hmm.
use exhaust fans in the bathroom and the kitchen,
Okay.
and consider a dehumidifier if you live in a humid climate.
Right. So are we talking, channel our inner Mr. Clean here and get scrubbing?
Well, mold loves those hidden spots.
Right.
So regular cleaning is super important.
Okay.
Pay special attention to areas that are prone to dampness.
Okay.
Bathrooms, kitchens, basements.
Right.
And here's a little trick.
Okay.
A solution of white vinegar and water works wonders for killing mold and mildew.
Really?
It's natural. It's effective.
Yeah.
And it won't add to the whole VOC problem.
All right. So ventilation low VOC products and a good dehumidifier.
You got it.
Okay. I feel like we're building quite the arsenal here
All right.
against these hidden headache triggers.
Good.
But I want to turn up the volume a little bit
Oh.
and talk about noise pollution.
Sure.
I live in a pretty bustling city.
Yeah.
It never really gets quiet.
Right.
Could that be messing with my head?
You know, we've really underestimated the impact of noise on our well-being,
Yeah.
and that constant exposure, especially to really loud or jarring sounds,
Yeah.
can definitely increase your stress levels.
Sure.
And,
Which leads to tension headaches.
exactly.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
Yeah.
So after a day of dealing with traffic and sirens,
Mhm.
yeah, my head's buzzing.
Right.
What about the kind of more subtle sounds, though?
Okay.
Like I often have the TV on in the background, even when I'm not really watching it.
Right.
Could that be a problem?
Well, it's not usually a single loud noise.
Okay.
It's the cumulative effect
Right.
of continuous noise over time.
Got it.
It's like a dripping faucet.
Okay.
One drip might not bother you,
Sure.
but that constant drip, drip, drip,
Yeah.
it can drive you crazy.
You're right.
Yeah, even those really innocuous sounds from appliances, electronics, traffic.
Oh.
If you're exposed to them all the time, they can contribute to stress and tension.
So it's like this slow drip of noise that's slowly filling up my headache bucket.
Exactly.
Okay.
Your nervous system is constantly processing all this sensory input,
Right.
even if you don't realize it.
Uh-huh.
Background noise can take a toll, especially if you're prone to headaches.
So what can we do about it?
Ooh.
I'm not going to go live in a silent monastery, but I don't want my head to explode every time I walk down the street.
Of course not, but there are things that you can do
Okay.
to create a more peaceful environment. If you're dealing with outside noise,
Mm-hmm.
consider soundproofing,
Okay.
like double-glazed windows or heavy curtains.
Okay. Yeah, those are good ideas.
Yeah,
Especially if you live on a busy street or something.
Right.
But those are pretty big changes.
sure.
Are there smaller, maybe more budget-friendly options?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes simple things can make a big impact,
Okay.
like placing bookshelves strategically
Okay.
or rugs.
Uh-huh.
They can help absorb sound.
Right.
And don't forget about plants.
Oh, yeah.
They can help dampen those noise levels,
I love that.
especially if you create kind of like a green wall.
Bringing in a little bit of nature indoors.
Yeah.
What about when you can't control the noise?
Okay.
Like, I can't soundproof the subway.
Right, you're right. Sometimes you just have to ride it out.
Yeah.
But that's where those noise-canceling headphones
Right.
come in handy.
Yeah.
They're not just for airplanes anymore.
That's true.
They can be a lifesaver on public transportation.
Yeah.
Busy offices, even at home.
I'm a big fan of my noise-canceling headphones,
Good.
I have to admit.
Yeah.
But what about earplugs?
It really comes down to personal preference
Okay.
and the situation.
Right.
So noise-canceling headphones are great for blocking out that consistent low-frequency sound,
Mm-hmm.
like traffic or engine noise.
Okay.
Earplugs are more effective at blocking out the higher frequency sounds,
Okay.
like construction or loud music.
Got it.
Yeah.
So it's all about finding the right tool for the right job.
Exactly.
Sometimes it's about just being a little more mindful of the noise
Yeah.
that's around us.
Right.
Okay, well, I think we've covered the noise pretty thoroughly.
Okay.
I want to dive into something that's pretty much inescapable in our modern world.
Okay.
Electromagnetic fields, or
Yeah.
EMFs.
Mm-hmm.
We're surrounded by all these electronic devices.
We are.
Phones, laptops, Wi-Fi routers.
Yeah.
Could those invisible forces?
It's a good question.
Yeah.
And it's one that researchers are still trying to figure out. We know that electronic devices
Yeah.
emit these low-level EMFs
Mhm.